You're from Flir Commercial Systems. Tell us a little bit about the company itself. How long have you been established? Where are you headquartered?
Well, yeah, it is. Flir Systems is an American company. It is established in 1977. It's a semi-military company, and the headquarters is in Santa Barbara in the US. We have factories all over Europe and the US. We are manufacturing different product ranges, which we are using the thermal technology in it. And Flir is known as the market leader in terms of the thermal imaging cameras. So hi everybody, we will be talking about the thermal technology. The thermal technology, it depends on the fact that the infrared radiation which is coming from the bodies can be detected by our cameras. And this infrared radiation has a relation with the temperature, okay? So what you can get, as you can see here, is a radiometric image. This radiometric image has a full of temperature information. Now the question will be, what is the use of that? If everybody can remember in the days of the swine flu in the airports where the authorities were looking to detect whoever has a high temperature, okay? So those cameras, they can detect the high temperature people, and it can also be used for some medical application, it can be used for security application, and it can be used also for building applications. So what we'll be seeing now, this is the thermal image which we are talking about, and we will just present some shots and images which touch different fields where we can see that this technology is so fruitful for us. We can see the output of our cameras connected through Wi-Fi to our iPad or iPhone. So you can see this camera, the output of the camera, how it can see the different thermal behaviors of the different people who are passing in front of it. Thermal image is actually a scaled image. It means that we have here a scale of temperature, as you can see. The maximum temperature is in white and the lowest temperature is in the dark blue. So the colors which you can see in the image, it identifies which part is the high temperature part. And you as an expert, you can say that this identifies a problem or it doesn't identify a problem. Shows how our camera will be so fruitful. One more example in the building application, which is one of the main areas this trade show us. If we have a building wall and we would like to know if this wall is isolated in a proper way, okay? Through the thermal image you can identify the problem with the wall. As we can see the dark blue color there, it shows the problem with the insulation. Because if we have a proper insulation, it should have the same color all over the wall. Okay, so this is for the building part of it. If we are talking about the mechanical parts, if I have two motors and I would like to identify if there is a problem in any of those motors, by taking this shot, you can realize that one of the motors has a higher temperature compared to the other motor. How did we know that? Because the red color which is there in the motor, which is considered a high temperature, shows that there is a problem with that motor. Why it is overheating? So we need to deal with this problem. So using those thermal camera, you can detect those problems which are not visible to the normal eye. It deals with the infrared radiation, and it is a very friendly user application, and our aim here to make it as much as easy for users as the cameras which are used in total darkness. When you have a total darkness where there is no light, and you would like that the intruders will not come to know the fact that you are using a camera. So thermal imaging camera are so useful because if you compare to the ordinary IR cameras, you will realize that you need to have a small certain amount of light, or sometimes you need to have some infrared radiation from the camera itself so you can see your target. But using the thermal cameras, you don't need to have any light, and the intruder will not come to know that he's monitored. Okay, so this feature, it is very useful to protect the borders of the countries. Also, it is very useful to run after, let us say, drug dealers in the deserts, where they will not come to know that there is anybody monitoring them, because there is no amount of light attached to the operation of this camera.